Okay, recording is on now, and we are live. So, officially,
Okay.
welcome to Cybersecurity Bootcamp. And this program is proudly sponsored by currently by three arms. The first is the YouTube resource that we already have. Second is a Talent app. Talent app is a place like what's it called? Coursera or Udemy. Okay. And they also facilitate payments for courses and programs. Then each one, Teach One Tech, which is a third partner, is a US-based cybersecurity non-governmental organization. So what they do is they equip not underserved communities, all the parts of the world, but most especially in US and around the country there, with cybersecurity skills, helping them to stay more equipped and more prepared for the journey ahead in their cybersecurity journey. We all know how the space is evolving currently and what is expected in the years to come. So, and myself, I am your lead instructor, Mr. Brian. Currently, I'm a cybersecurity support technician with each one Tech US. And also, I hold the certified in cybersecurity certificates and also the license. So, I will be your lead instructor throughout the program. And I promise you, it's going to be fun, but more than fun, it's going to be very engaging and very, mind structuring. Because for most people, this might be an entirely new career, but for some, this might be an addition to what they already know. And at the end, we'll all have a cause to uh, be saying that we've done a successful job within the 7 weeks. So thank you very much again. Um, the next slide I have here says, who is this program for? Yes. Before you join a program, you should know whether the program is meant for you. So there are three categories of people that this beginners bootcamp is meant for. The first is for rookies. Rookies are those who do not know or who do not have IT background, who don't know anything about IT, but have interest in cybersecurity. They want to start they want to start a career in cybersecurity. So this program is for them because we're going to take them from zero level to a level where they know what they want and how to pursue it, and also some basic skills. So for those that are the second group is for the beginners. The beginner guys probably they've done one program, they know they are from the IT space, maybe they've done something in Google, they've read up something about cybersecurity, and they want more hands engaging hands skills bootcamp, something that is more structured. Then the third group is for working professionals. Working professionals in the sense that some people might already be working in the field, professionals that might be in the accounting firm, the banking, any industry at all, but they need to top up with cybersecurity. So this program is also for them. And the duration of the program is 7 weeks. And for batch 9, which is your current batch, your classes officially is going to be on Saturdays, 12:30 p.m. But this coming Saturday, I think I have an exam, so I will shift you people's Saturday class to, let me say, 1:30, so that after the class I will have like 15 minutes or 20 minutes to rest. After the exam, I will have some time to rest a bit for like 30 minutes before you guys class. So every Saturday, these classes will be holding by, let's just leave it by 1:30, so that the new batch that will come, they will start by 9 or 10 to wrap up by 12. Then the other ones could take 2:30 or 3 to 6 or 4. So there are goals in every program. There are goals that are set. And if you look at the goals of a program, you match it with your own personal goals. If you have not yet set goals, this is also a time after this class for you to set goals and ensure that it aligns with the goal of the program. Okay. First of all is the foundations of cybersecurity. At the end of this program, learners will gain essential knowledge of cybersecurity concepts. including threats, vulnerabilities, and defense mechanisms. Not just gaining the knowledge, but have some a little bit in-depth practical sense and theoretical knowledge about how these things operate. Then, secondly, is the we build. You guys are going to be introduced into the world of Security Operations Center, which is SOC. Okay, you're going to understand the role of a SOC, how it operates, how it connects to the current um, work or job market, its importance in safeguarding organizations. Thirdly, you're going to have some hands-on lab, what's it called, projects, where you learn to set up your basic home lab, conduct network mapping, port scanning, enumeration, scanning with tools like Nmap, Wireshark. In fact, looking at some threats all from your system, all from the comfort of your home. Now, the major goal of this program is to ensure that learners are able to do the big things in a smaller way. Okay, what was going to cost them 1,000, 6,000, $5,000 to learn, they will do it in a smaller way and gain the same experience. Then, when they are ready and financially able to do the big things, they could enroll, or even while they get a job, they will not be totally novice in the job arena. Even in their current job, they will be able to resonate with some of the practicals that are happening. So also going on the hands-on, we're going to have a capstone project where you're going to be doing a penetration testing on a vulnerable application. You're going to be explored tools like Bob Suite. You're going to learn how to conduct basic penetration tests on OWASP G-Shop using Bob Suite to identify and also exploit vulnerabilities. More or less learning how vulnerabilities work and how to successfully use them or make use of vulnerabilities to get access to what you want. Then also exploring some hands-on cybersecurity platforms. This is very much important because your beginning is good, then not just your ending, but your continuation is what matters. You don't just learn to keep. How do you continue the fire? How do you keep the fire burning after the 7 weeks? We included it in this program. So you are not being left naked or alone. At the end of the program, you will be introduced to interactive learning platforms like Try Hack Me, Hack the Boss, where you can practice real world hacking techniques and have even more experience, not just from the ones you get from the what's it called, the boot camp. So at the end of the program, you're expected to earn a certificate of completion from us, recognizing your successful completion of the boot camp, which matches to your tenacity grades and your ability to, see through a challenge, your ability to see through a problem and finish it, and so your certificate will speak to that techniques, and it's going to speak to that expertise. Alongside with that, also you will be opportuned to sit for the ISC2 certified in cybersecurity exam, which is very very much important if you intend to further your work or your job or your career in cybersecurity, at least getting the best or getting the first lowest hanging fruits apart from Google free certificates. ISC2 is the next that is worldwide recognized and very good that every beginner should have. And about this particular certification, it is dicey because when you fail it, you pay for the sitting. But at first sitting, it is free because the organization, the IC2 organization, they have put in a lot of resources to train up to 1 million cybersecurity personnel or technicians around the world. So you count yourself lucky to be one of those currently taking training free of charge. When you sit for the exam, you're expected to pass. When you don't pass, receiving it, you will pay, and the amount will be synonymous with currently what the cost will be at that particular. Okay. And the exam has two certificates. One is the IC2 exam has two certificates. One is you could write for it at home. Is a certificate of completion. Then the external one, which is the one that holds the license, is one you go out. If you're in Lagos State, then I think you are in luck because there are a few centers in Lagos State, but I don't think there are up to five centers in the whole Nigeria. So Lagos has like two, I think so, or three centers. Then the remaining two or three is spread across the remaining parts of the country, which is very, very unlikely that if you are not in Lagos, you might be nearer to one. So if you're in Lagos, you are in good hands because you could quickly look at the ones that is closest to you and go sit for the exam. It's an external exam that holds all protocols for external exam. So before you go for the exam, we expect you to be equipped, both knowledge-wise and practice-wise. We have every information and every resources you need for the exam to sit for the exam and to pass. Everything is currently available. It's just for you to give it your best and sit for the exam. Okay. So mhm, we also have access to follow-up support group. By now, if you're already in this class, you're already in our group. You can feel the support and the guidance. Uh, so far as I'm not sleeping or I'm not eating, I will always respond to your requests or your messages in the group to assist you in case even any other person doesn't assist you. I'm always there to assist you currently in the program. And also, we have our already building resources on our YouTube, which even if there is a class or a concept you didn't understand well, probably it might have been taught well in previous batches. You just look up and get yourself fixed up. So, thank you very much for that introduction. My name is Mr. Brian. Welcome again to week one, Cybersecurity Bootcamp. If you have any questions before we move ahead, kindly ask. If not, we'll fire on. I'm waiting.
Okay, Mr. Brown, this is yeah, good thing I listened to this again, so because already aware
Sorry,
most of it.
kindly confirm you could see my screen that I'm sharing.
No, only seeing your face.
Oh, you would have said so all this while. Please,
Okay, you share
whenever
the screen.
yes, I was
Ah,
I was sharing my screen. Please, whenever you don't see my screen, always call my attention. I just
uh,
have to go back now to see what you are seeing, what the viewers are seeing, and
okay,
I found out that the
okay,
screen
it's
was
just your
shared.
face. Hmm.
Is it showing now?
Uh, yes,
Oh, okay, it's all right. But
showing.
during the recording, everything will be showing. It's just for you that is watching from your end currently. So go ahead.
So, for this cybersecurity of a thing, like me now, I'm a totally novice.
Okay.
It's just that yes, I'm looking. I just want something where I can fit in into tech. So because as the world evolving, so also one have to also follow suit.
Yes.
So and based on the place I'm working currently, I think it's something that I'm not getting joy again. So I
You want
have
to update.
to. Eh?
You want to upgrade.
Yes, I want to upgrade. I want to upgrade to something, especially around tech, where you can not only getting job in within your country, or you can as well use it to connect internationally.
Yes.
Even if you travel out, or you still want to stay in your country, like stay in Nigeria, so you can as well be working, with people. So that is my idea, the reason why I want to venture into it.
Okay.
So, but along the line, when I was checking a lot of stuff. So I also noticed that cybersecurity is vast. Is vast. Meaning, if maybe after this certification or whatever certification, you still need to upgrade. You still need to do other course. For you to able to fit in. So now the question is, why is it possible, like after this boot camp and you also do some certification, maybe get some certification, is it possible for you to able to get a job with it and also able to perform your
Okay,
role?
okay. I get your question. And let me start from the second to the last thing you said. Yes, cybersecurity is vast. And the more vast it is, the more likely confused the people who do not have bearing will be. And that is one of the reasons why we set up this boot camp so that we could bring clarity to learners and also point them at the direction which is nearest to the goal. The goal is to get a job. Goal is to be proficient even when you get the job. So
Mm-hmm.
this boot camp exposes three major sectors of cybersecurity, and that's the blue team, the red team, and of course GRC. Now, the blue team guys are okay. Let me take a step backward and take it from the root. I did electrical engineering in school, and before I got admission into Futo, I went to Futo and I applied to get admission into Futo, Federal University of Technology, Owerri. I wanted to study engineering. Now, inside engineering, I wanted to study electrical engineering. So I wrote exam and got admission into the School of Engineering and Engineering Technology, which is SEET, School of Engineering and Engineering Technology. Now, inside that School of SEET, you have departments: Department of Computer Science Engineering, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Department of all types of engineering, but specifically, I wanted electrical engineering. Now, I've gotten electrical engineering. I am in the Department of Electrical Engineering. Inside the Department of Electrical Engineering, there are three sectors where we have the power sector, we have the electronics, and I think one other sector I've forgotten. One has to also choose within that last three sectors where to major. Do you get my storyline?
Yes.
Now, the same thing happens to cybersecurity. People out there will be saying cybersecurity, cybersecurity, but cybersecurity is like SEET, School of Electrical and Electronic Engineering. Now, inside cybersecurity, there are lots of departments. You that is coming in, your job is to go straight to the department where you want to function. And inside that department, you will study. By the time you are about to graduate, you will now focus on a singular part. For us as a training institute, what we do is to open your eyes to all these departments inside cybersecurity and get you a test of all of them, so you'll find where your strength lies in. You say, I think I do well more in, or I can relate more in this part of cybersecurity than this other part. Then you focus your energy on this part. So by the end of the program, by the time you're doing your boot camp, you must have touched almost all the departments of cybersecurity. Then you will now have a focused vision and say, no, I don't want to be in this department. I want to be in this particular section. This is where I want to focus and forward my thinking and my study into. And that is the only way you could make success. If you do here, do here, do here, do here, do here, do here, you will end up being more confused than confusion itself. So We are here to guide you into this big ocean. All the curriculum are structured in such a way that the basics, the total basics like all your 101 year one courses are going to be covered, your GST 101, all those basics are going to be covered. Then we take you into the practical aspect where we test the three departments of cybersecurity. Mostly, people choose one of the three departments, and once you find where you get your strength, you focus on here. By the time you are graduating, on the resources and the platforms where we are going to direct you to, there are already lots of help that you could get from there. Now, when you're applying for job, specifically, they will be looking for roles in specific departments, and that is where you will now look and say, "Oh, this job is not in my area of concentration. Oh, this one is in my area of concentration. I think I can do well as an entry level staff in this place." You apply. If they take you for internship, take you for anywhere. Once you're coming in, you already have basic knowledge and also the skill sets, most basically, to fit in that direction. So now, the three types, basically, we have the blue team. The blue team guys are the ones who do the defending. They defend attacks. They defend cyber. Their work is to monitor, detect, respond to incidents. They're on the defense. Then we have the guys that do the defense are majorly. I think the defense is the lowest entry to, but it has the lowest barrier entry, meaning someone who is a rookie can join the defense because it involves monitoring. When you're monitoring, what are you doing? You're being trained on what to look out for. You are staring at the screen to look out for anomalies on the screen or on the software. You are trained to see where there is errors. You are trained to write reports. You are trained to follow a procedure to write a report. That is the job of the blue team guys. So drifting from blue team into the red team guys, these are the people who do the offense. They don't wait for the threat to come. They go looking for the threat. They are the threat hunters, the penetration testers, they are the vulnerability testers. They go out there to, they are on the offense. Now, someone who is in the blue team and also has been trained also in the red team, meaning he's trained in both sides, which happens over time, over years because of experience. The person becomes a purple team player. Purple team, the combination of the blue team and the red team. Okay. Now, apart from these teams, you have the GRC, and the GRC majorly is the policy part of cybersecurity. Policy, regulation, audit, these are the parts of it. So someone who is already an economist or someone who is already a lawyer or someone who has career path in policy and auditing, all those guys, you can
And compliance, yeah.
you said
And compliance, governance and compliance.
exactly. So the person can relate well with that area. He doesn't have any business in pursuing threats or hacking. He doesn't have. So he stays where his strength is, unless he wants a new part where he wants to learn how to do these other parts, either the monitoring part or the offending part. So with this I explained now, even without us going deeper into the practicals, where do you think you might be more interested in playing?
I'm interested in all.
How many years are you
I
going
have
to
to,
dedicate to it?
I have to be honest with you.
Okay.
No
Now,
problem. I'm interested in all, especially where where money will be
yes,
flowing more,
yes,
will be
yes.
coming more. I think either blue team and what do you call the other one? GR what?
Blue, red, and GRC. Meanwhile, the
GRC.
combination of blue and red gives purple. So, so
Okay.
with time and with experience, for example, by the time you're done with the project, you already have small practical experience on the blue team, small practical experience on the red team. then small knowledge about GRC. Now, when there is a full-fledged program on blue team, you will comprehend, you will follow up. When there is a full-fledged program on red team, you will record that, okay, I think I've done something a little bit like this. So at the end of the program, you are not lost, you are not dazed. Yes, you might have a focus, say, I want to focus on one area and become the best in that area first, because that's what I advise. Become the best in one area, start making enough money in that area, because certifications are very costly. To be nice that when you get experience, you get a job, even if it's an entry level job, you could pay for your certifications when they come. And of course, you already know that your job seeking is no more limited to just your country. It's now open to a wider audience, both in the US and the European countries. So there will always be a place for renewals and of energy, learning more. And I think one of the newest parts of the program that which will include more about it is bug hunting. Bug bounty hunting is like a freelancer site where you find vulnerabilities in systems or in organizations and they pay you for that. They make it open. People find vulnerabilities in their application system and they get paid. I think recently in the group I shared, I think early this week, in the first week of January, someone got paid
Mm.
$5,000 for uh, finding some
From our
vulnerabilities.
platform?
Said
Is it from our platform?
no. In the Twitter group where I belong. So I share some of those to encourage our guys to know that even the freelance part or pathway of cybersecurity is more than able to sustain. Most people they don't bother about doing full time jobs. They just do that bug hunting. They give it their best.
Mm.
So all these things will only materialize if you maximize this bootcamp. You do all the classworks, you follow up during the practicals, do them when you have questions. Always ask to understand. Then when you understand, you go back, you keep on doing it, and you get it. Of course, there are times when you're trying to set up your system and it might not work. You stay in and ensure that you do it till it gets to work because trust me, everybody went through it. You might set up and forget the password. So that means that you have to start all over again where you forget your password to enter into your machine. So everybody has passed through, almost everybody ahead of you have passed through some of those hurdles and succeeded. You see, that's one of the reasons why I like live classes. You will have the opportunity to ask questions and interact, not just watching recorded video. Okay. So if there be no questions, we might have to move ahead.
Okay.
So thank you very much again. Now, the first week is yeah, I didn't add. The first 3 weeks are majorly theory and introductions. From fourth week, okay, Subri, the practicals. Uh, when I heard guys, especially the Igbo guys, when they're using that Helen during the Christmas,
Yeah.
it was so funny. It's a come home,
Not
Helen.
our village. Not our village. What's the video?
It was so funny. I said, yeah. So
Not our
from
village.
week four, it will Subrila and practicals and everything will start from week four. So the first 3 weeks we use it for preparing foundations and all those stuff. And it's going to be nice. So this week one, we are looking at introduction to cybersecurity, introduction to SOC, which is Security Operation Center. Then we look at the jobs and the fields that play inside the SOC. Then within the week, we have a SOC video that we are going to share, which is very short video. Maybe when you come back from work, 10 minutes every day before 4 days, you might cover it just 1 hour. I don't think it's up to 1 hour video. So explaining SOC very well. The tutor we use his material for the introduction to SOC in Udemy channel is very good. He explains SOC very well. So we will adopt his SOC material during the SOC week. So what is cybersecurity? Cybersecurity refers to the practice of protecting systems, networks, and programs from digital attacks. Okay, and so that these attacks are usually aimed at accessing, changing, or even destroying sensitive information, most likely extorting money from users or even interrupting normal business processes. Okay, I normally use this example. If MTN gets hacked tomorrow, there are so many people that their business will be on hold from tomorrow because they use MTN as their internet service provider. In fact, many people who stay around MTN environments who use MTN on their SIM card as their primary source of internet provider, they will have challenges doing business. So when attacks like this come, they aim at either assessing, when they assess, they change or manipulate or even destroy sensitive information, extorting money from users, or even interrupting normal business processes. Note, in today's intercontinental world, cybersecurity is critical to ensure safety and security of our digital lives. Day by day, the internet world is growing, and as it is growing, everything around us is turned towards moving into the technology stage, and then securing these parts is very, 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 very important. So, continuing, why does cybersecurity matter? Why does it matter? First, protection of data. Cybersecurity ensures that sensitive information remain confidential and is not accessed by unauthorized individuals. Most times, when you request for statement of account from the bank, if you have requested for it before, you will notice that it comes with password, and most times that password might be your the your bank account number or some of the variables that they will ask you. They will know that you should be the one that will have such information. So cybersecurity matters in number one, protection of data. It ensures that sensitive information remains confidential and is not accessed by unauthorized individuals. Second, business continuity. Companies rely on cybersecurity to keep their operations running smoothly, just like I gave an instance about MTN. Okay, to also prevent costly downtimes due to cyber attacks. Then, thirdly, but not the least, national security. Protecting critical infrastructures and national interests from cyber threats is a matter of national security. One of the first cyber weapons that was developed was used to bring down the country of Iran's nuclear power plant. You can imagine the extent at which the dangers of cybersecurity can pose to a particular country. Okay. So, protection of data, business continuity, and national security. These areas are very, very important towards cybersecurity. So, moving ahead, we're looking at the core concepts in cybersecurity. We have three basic core concepts, which, when you put them together, we call them the CIA. The first is confidentiality. The first concept is confidentiality. The second is integrity. And the third is availability. So I said they are called the CIA triad or the CIA. C stands for service confidentiality, I stands for integrity, and A stands for availability. Okay, so the CIA triad, confidentiality. Oh yeah, Robin, read confidentiality.
Okay, ensuring that sensitive data is only accessible to those with the appropriate permissions. For example, encrypting sensitive emails so that only the intended recipient can read them.
Yeah, very, very nice. See, confidentiality is very, very important. Without confidentiality, anything goes. Anything goes. And this this concept of cybersecurity ensures that sensitive data is only kept accessible by only those with the right permission. Integrity.
I remember.
Yeah, go ahead. Go
Okay,
ahead.
okay, that reminds me of in our organization. So there are some email, or like if you want to send a file or something, so you they have to ask you to differentiate it, by the confidentiality, either highly confidential,
Yeah.
uh, what again, uh, just to know there are three concepts, there are three distances. So you have to know if it's highly confidential.
Okay.
So that means you cannot send it outside. It should
Yeah.
be only within the people, within that organization you can send it to.
Okay.
So with this thing now, at least it's
Yeah.
very clear.
Yes. So that's very nice. And the next is integrity. Okay. The CIA tried, they have confidentiality. C, I is integrity, and A is availability. So the integrity concept maintains the accuracy and completeness of data. Maintaining the accuracy and completeness of data. For example, using checksums or hashtags to ensure that a file has not been tampered with. So these are technologies. There are technologies that are being put in place to ensure that a file has not been tampered with. Okay. Now we have,
What is that? What is that checksum?
yes, checksum.
Checksum.
Yeah,
Mm.
checksum or hash functions. So these are some technologies used to embed in an encrypted file or system to ensure that when, look at how it works. When you encrypt, let's say an email, we add or a file, some digits are being attached to that encryption. So when the recipient receives it and it matches the same configuration that it came with, then the file has not been tampered with. Because most times in man in the middle attack, MIT, okay, some threat actors could, you know, intercept communications from the within, from middle. Once they intercept it, they will change, they will alter information, and the two parties might not know. So you are sending an invoice to your accounting department for them to make a payment into you, there is a vendor, your account, and a threat actor intercepts that email on the way and changes the account number into his own account. And the accountant receives it and, okay, forwards the money, not knowing that it goes to the wrong account. You understand the scenario?
Okay, that is how this hacking used to take place.
In organizational
This
level.
diversion,
Yeah,
this diversion. Yeah.
yeah, in organizational level. So
Yes, yes, yes.
those things are very much possible. Very much
Now,
possible.
wow. Now,
So
wow.
the more you know about them, the more better you are to secure them, okay, or to advise an organization or a company to secure them. So the last concept is availability. Now, this speaks to the availability of data, ensuring that data and systems are available when needed. For example, using redundant systems are systems like spare tire to ensure that a website or an application remains online during a hardware failure. Okay, so we are going to look at possible simple use case to explain further these three concepts. which is the CIA triad. Okay, consider a hospital's database. Just imagine that we have a hospital database. So confidentiality plays a role to ensure that only doctors and authorized personnel, probably the what's it called, health information
Nurse.
management side or the nurses, can access the patient's records. The gate man has no business with patient's record. True of us,
True.
yeah, but he has business with what's it called, um, attendance book. That's where his job jurisdiction should keep him at. He has business with the gate, he has business with the attendance sheet, but he doesn't have business with the hospital's attendance sheet, the patient's database. Now,
Very true.
yeah, integrity now plays a role to ensure that that data or the data that has been entered by one doctor isn't altered or misused or changed by another doctor or another person, either accidentally or maliciously. Integrity ensures that that data stays the same. Now, the last concept, which is availability, ensures that that database, those data, is accessible even during peak times of emergencies. I've been in a scenario where there is an emergency and nurses are busy looking at the whole stacks of file, trying to find the patient's file.
Record.
So, and those kind of scenarios are not nice. Availability ensures that database is accessible, especially during peak times or emergencies. So, that is that on the part of the CIA. Um, before your exams, you will have to think this core concept is going to sink in, because during the what's it called, your practice and your what's it called, revision for the exam, you will see so many questions that will test your ability in understanding these three concepts. They will come in diverse way, but always with the resources we have, I believe we all believe that get a hand on which is which, because most times confidentiality will be looking as though it is integrity. The only one that stands up on its own is availability, but most times, most times confidentiality in case scenarios will be looking as though it is integrity. So,
No be lie.
yeah,
That remind me, get when I dey do that training. When I dey take that ISC2
yes,
course,
yes,
I came across this. There are so many questions on this
yes,
core concept.
yes,
Very confusing.
yes,
Very confusing.
yes.
So if you don't understand that, you won't be able to
You
answer the
won't get
question.
the answer. So
Yes,
before
no be
you
lie.
sit for that exam, let us know there are some materials, extra materials that you're going to go through with some, which will grant your knowledge on. You can't make mistake about the confidentiality and integrity, especially these two. You wouldn't make
Yeah.
mistake about it. And I think they hold close to 20 to 30% of the exam. Most times they even get to
Yeah.
40% of the exam. And it doesn't
Yes.
just stop at your ISC2 exam, other exams going up in cybersecurity. This is a core concept in this field which must be understood. So let's hop into threats and vulnerabilities. Threats and vulnerabilities. We say that a vulnerability is likened to a weakness or flaw in an operating system, network, or application. A weakness, a flaw, a hole, something you have not noticed. In simplified concept, weak points in your computer or a network that hackers can exploit. Whenever there is a weak point, we say that that weak point is a vulnerability. Example, when you use weak passwords, It's like leaving your front door unlocked. And I used to ask this question: um, when you finish building a big fine house and your door is made up of plywood, how easy do you think it is for a thief to come in?
Very, very easy now. Bah, you know, person don't put just one one leg. Bah, everywhere don't open.
Ah, so we had a thief or a stealing scenario in our area back then in Aba. So our door is this olden days flush door. It has plywood front and back, but inside is another set of wood. So when you hit it, the sound will be so loud, you'll be thinking that it's easy to break. Is when you now
Mm.
start going deeper, then you will now find that if you use your leg, you can put your leg in and your leg will pierce it, but you can't bring out your leg. It's a very funny type of dog. But I think we had also had experience where one of the doors were broken. It didn't fall; it was broken into half.
Mm.
That's for you to know the kind of force that must have been applied,
Mm.
especially the lower part. The door did not fall down; it was still bolted, but half of it below was taken off. So when you have weak systems or weaknesses in your system, we say that you are vulnerable to that particular weakness. And a threat actor, which is a concept, let me say this, in the world of technology and cybersecurity, a threat actor is what people call a hacker today. A threat
Okay.
actor is the correct word to describe what people call a hacker today. Meanwhile, in the industry, a hacker is not a threat actor. A hacker is someone who exploits vulnerabilities and fixes them for organizations. But now,
Ah.
yes, but
Okay.
but
If you are not in the system, you won't be able
you
to.
won't
You
know.
won't know.
Yes,
You'll be using wrong word
exactly,
for.
exactly. So a threat actor is someone who tries to exploit vulnerabilities to gain unauthorized access to data or system, and most times it is for the wrong reasons. But a hacker is someone who you pay to penetrate into your system and find
System. Mm.
vulnerabilities and fixes them for you. Okay. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So note below, security vulnerabilities can arise for many reasons, mostly including misconfigurations, design flaws. When your design is wrong, the implementation is going to be wrong and there will be holes everywhere. Most times also outdated software versions. Okay. So vulnerabilities can arise out of so many reasons. And that is why, as a cybersecurity personnel, you must develop the skill on how to find vulnerabilities. Most times, you know how to scan a system to know the loopholes that are in that system. Okay. Then you advise the organization right on how to fix them. As a bug
Okay.
bounty hunter, the freelance guys, you don't even have to fix them. All you have to do is just find them. You don't even have to find all. You look for this. You tell is a specific one you're going to look for. You're not going to look for all the whole vulnerabilities. So the freelance job part of the bug bounty is interesting because the rules are a little bit lesser than the rules of a penetration tester. A penetration tester works and is abiding by the laws of all the companies. You're going to go through, you're going to find all the vulnerabilities and you're going to fix them. A bug bounty hunter doesn't have business with fixing them. He finds them and issues, gives them to you. You pay him and he goes off.
And it's a contract. It's just so okay.
There's always a contract, yeah, because if you
Okay.
don't, it will be
So
against the
okay.
rules.
It's just
Okay, so we are still on the same place. So when you avoid, in safe browsing principles, we said avoid suspicious websites, and in fact, during this bootcamp, you will be exposed to a platform where if you suspect that a particular link is malicious, you will see where you could go and check it out to know if it is malicious or not. Okay? And in fact, talking about that, let us do that immediately. I love practicals, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Henry, you still with us, right?
Yes, I am here.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't see Mr. Henry talk because you are still muted from my screen.
Yes, I'm talking.
Okay.
Once I finish, I'll mute it.
Oh, okay. It's
I
all
mute
right.
it. Yeah.
It's all right. So now you're going to write down this particular website, virus total. When you search virus total on Google, you're going to see the website virustotal.com. Okay. When you click on it, it's going to open up the platform for you. Tell me you are not seeing my screen. Are you seeing my
You're
screen?
still seeing the
Okay. So please,
security measure. It has not
you,
changed.
okay.
You
So
know.
please, anytime I move to
Okay, I can see
another,
it now. I can
yes,
see it now.
yeah,
Virus total.
yes. Anytime I move to through and fro, and you find out that you're not seeing the screen, kindly alert me so that I could get back, because the only thing I'm seeing the system unless I go to the meeting part. That's where I can know whether I'm sharing or not. So, like I said, I'm going to go back. When you type virus total on Google and send it, you're going to get the website address, the platform. When you click on the platform, it's going to it's going to open up the interface for you. Okay, now it has a placeholder where you can search for URL. URL means a web address. You can search for IP address. You can search for domain stuffs. You can even upload file to know whether this file is malicious or not before you click the file to open. Maybe someone sent you a file, you take it and come here before you open it. Someone sent you a link, you copy the link and come here and paste it. So we're going to, I copied the link of our meeting and I'm going to paste it here, and I'm going to press enter. Let's see the result of our meeting link, whether it is malicious or not. Okay, while it's running. Now, everywhere is green. We are seeing 0/96. So, clean, clean. You could see the screen, right? Hello, guys.
Yes.
Yeah, everywhere is clean. Clean, 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 clean. Had it been this is a malicious web link, red will fill everywhere. You will see it will show you the red score, the malicious score, show you where it is from, the country, whoever it is that is trying to trick you or whatever. So, tip number one.
You said the name of this is virustotal.com, I mean.
Yes, virustotal.com. Yes.
Okay.
So that's specs number one. Don't forget about that while we move ahead. Okay, share this tab. I'm sure I'm back to our file, right? Yes. So we have a classwork at this point. The first classwork is a list out 10 vulnerabilities and 10 threats in cybersecurity. You could find the answers in Google, but before you copy it out, when you copy it out, ensure you read it through. The assignment is not for me, it's for you. You read it through. 10 list 10 vulnerabilities and 10 threats in cybersecurity. When you pick them out, you go through them so that when you come next time, when we are having our next class, probably on Saturday, you have questions on any of the vulnerabilities you found. So, how do you submit them? If you can use Google Documents, you
So
put them
listed vulnerability. Sorry. It said listed vulnerability and what?
and 10
And
threats
threats.
in cybersecurity. Are you not seeing the screen? Please, if you are not seeing it, let me know, okay? So that I will fix that. So this is the classwork. Yeah.
And one of the things is regular softwares and safe browsing and all that. So the question is not there. But
Okay,
in all these other things.
the classwork is on the yellow icon, the yellow
Yeah, the
circle.
yellow, circle yellow.
Yes, that's where the classwork is. Okay.
Uh,
Any question?
Right. Please, can you actually, in brief, maybe explain the difference between vulnerability and threat?
Okay.
Because you actually talked about vulnerability, and actually we didn't talk about threat. Only threat actor
Yeah.
to discuss about.
That's the reason why you have it as a classwork. So that's why I say when you go to Google to copy it, do not just copy it. Ensure you read it. Yes, we said that vulnerabilities are flaws in the system. So what are threats? What are threats? Look at do the classwork, and when you come on the next class, you must have some questions that we will look into. Okay. So
Okay,
moving
so
forward,
you should submit it.
he said,
You said we should submit it after,
yes. I want to see what you
or
find.
just for our own, maybe something that will keep us busy.
No, when you after studying it, please submit it. I want to see what you find.
Okay, so
Yeah.
maybe you share the with it.
Yeah, yes, you can either put it on your Google Doc, then share me the link, or you could send it to my email address on the group. I will share my email address where you could just send it. But it will be easier for you to send me the link on WhatsApp so I could open the document and read it from there. Or even on what's it called? On my email address, everywhere is good, depending on the one that works for you. So,
Okay, just share it.
yeah. The next segment is security operations and incident response. Now, inside the blue team, not just the blue team, um, Mr. Henry, you were not here when we explained the three basic parts or departments in cybersecurity. We have the blue team, we have the red team. Now, the combination of the red and the blue team makes the purple team. Then we also have the GRC, which is governance, risk, and compliance. Now, the people who play in or who have interest in GRC are those who have flair for policies, auditing, compliance, and all those stuffs. Now, the people who do well or who want to do well or want to play in the blue team are those who generally likes computers, probably to sit down and monitor stuff, because the blue team, your major work is to monitor, detect, find out when there are issues, you write your report. Then on the red team, these are the people who have some special skills. For example, the threat hunters, they are on the offense actually. So the blue team are on the defense, while the red team are on the offense. They are the penetration testers, the hackers. They don't wait for stuff to happen. They go looking for where it is and they fix it or take advantage of it depending on which is which. So, Operations Center, Security Operations Center has in late times become the heart of cybersecurity because they play a major role in the blue team, in the sense that if you look at the picture, you see that it looks like a set of guys who are sitting down in front of a system and watching, monitoring, right? Yeah, they look like those that are trying to find something. So we are going to be looking into Security Operations Center, what it is, what does it entail in brief. Then at the end of the class,
So
we, yeah,
so
go ahead.
so you say purple team is both red and blue, right?
Yeah,
They work
purple
both red
team,
and blue.
purple team. Anybody who is in the purple team is skilled in both the blue team and the red team. So, for example, now I'm currently in the blue team because I work in a SOC environment, Security Operations Center. But while in the blue team, I am still, sharpening and honing my skills as a red team player because I do some technical hacking stuff, all those stuff. So by the time over years with a lot of experience, when I am ultimately skilled with both the red team practices and the blue team practices, then I could say that I'm a purple team player. Okay, so it takes time, it takes experiences, it takes a long experiences. But the thing is, the major goal is to understand where and how you're going to get to where you're looking for. Okay,
Then you are explaining the security operations center.
you said
The one you are explaining now is the security operations center. The one you said they are like a team.
yes. We are going to look into a security operations center now. Let's explain them. Yeah. So a security operations center is a centralized unit that deals with security issues on an organizational and technical level. Let me switch off my video. You can cross. Okay, Mr. Henry, can you read the lower paragraph of this?
The other paragraph says the primary function of the SOC security operations center is to monitor, detect, analyze, and respond to cybersecurity incidents using a combination of technology solutions and a strong set of processes.
Yes, thank you very much. You see, they monitor, they detect, they analyze, and they respond to cybersecurity incidents. So these are the major primary work of a SOC or anybody working in the SOC. So we have SOC analyst level 1, SOC analyst level 2, SOC analyst level 3. Then we have the managers up and down. So you that is coming into cybersecurity, meanwhile, SOC is one of the lowest hanging fruits how people could enter into cybersecurity. Because you've seen their job roles, right? You see their major job roles, and it's something that is not as difficult as it seems, as it looks. Monitoring. Sit down in front of the monitor system and be looking at anomalies, the systems. Once you dictate something, you make your report, analyze, and you make your report. So those are the basic jobs of people who work in a SOC environment. As your level increases in the SOC, so is the job function. Now, even in this SOC or in the blue team, there are more than 45 to, okay, let's say in the entire cybersecurity environment, there are close to 50 job roles inside cybersecurity. More than 50 distinct job roles. Okay. And all these are spread across the blue team, the red team, and of course the GRC. Okay?
At their webpage,
You said?
the SOC team at their webpage.
Of course, all the job roles in cybersecurity are well paid. Well paid. I think the lowest entry salary into cybersecurity, if you're working for a foreign organization, should be around probably 30 to 40. 40,000. Then
Dollars
yes, $40,000 entry
per
level
annum.
per annum. Yes,
Uh,
that's entry level.
it's-
So
yeah, it's,
when you get to higher levels, probably when you become a senior, you'll be looking around 80 to 70, 80 to 150 or 130 per annum. So um, the goal is, while you've not gotten a job with the foreign companies, wherever you are, you keep honing your skills with the jobs that are around, and keep your goal focused, because one day that call is going to come, that job application is going to go through, and you will scale through, because the skills are still in high demand and will always be, because cybersecurity is an evolving market. Even though I think most people try to match it with data science, why both of them are still very strong, data science and cybersecurity, is they both play vital roles in technological advancement of an era or a system or a section in the economy, etc. So the salaries are the good ones. They are very good, and the job environments are very flexible, meaning you could be able to be doing up to two, maybe three jobs, depending on the criteria or whatever the agreement you sign with the people you work with. So, basic roles within a SOC environment. We say that the SOC analyst, basic SOC analyst, they monitor the network for suspicious activities and respond to alerts. Okay. Now we also have the incident responders. These are the guys that will take the report you have written. Once you suspect or get any suspicious activities and write your report, these guys will take those reports. They are professionals. They manage the response to security incidents, such as data breaches or malware infections. So they take the report to verify it before acting upon it, to ensure that it is right. Then we also have the trend hunters, representing the blue team, the red team guys. These guys proactively search for vulnerabilities and potential threats that may not have been detected by automated systems. So these are just few. Like I told you, SOC and the cybersecurity environment have more than close to 50 something job roles, distinct job roles in the industry. And another little section we are going to cover before we call it a day. Every part of cybersecurity has its tools, has its technologies, and have its persons. Now, remember what I shared at the beginning. The first 3 weeks is for theory, basic knowledge, grappings, basic stuffs, where you are introduced to the simple things you should know about cybersecurity. Yes, they all join together to form your foundation. From week 4, the fire sets on practicals, where you are expected to be up and doing. You set your home lab, you do the stuffs, you would walk the talk. In every section of cybersecurity, there are three particular um, parts. We have the people who work there, we have the tools, and we also have the technologies. So it's just like when you enter into any field for that matter. There are the people, there are the tools, and there are the technologies. So, Mr. Rob,
sir.
share with me or share with us the kind of people and the kind of tools and technologies that you people currently use in your place of work. Just briefly in 1 minute.
Although ideally I'm not into IT section.
Any section at all. Okay. Just
Uh,
try to coordinate it. Yeah.
so, but for me, I think the tools that we use Let me understand the question very well. Sorry.
Now, let me paint the picture with a banker in the banking field.
Okay.
Okay, so we have the bankers.
The banking.
Yeah,
We have bankers.
we have
Yeah. We
probably
have
the someone's
probably
is on
someone's
echo.
is on
Henry, you could
echo.
want to go on, please. Henry, go ahead. Your hands is raised.
Henry, go ahead.
Henry.
Okay, like from what you say there, let me just give you an example.
Okay.
I don't know if it's correct. Like in my
Okay.
organization, we have something like the people who are the ICT guys. Then ICT guys are let's say we call them system analysts, as information technology system analysts. Then there may be tools we use in working. Let's say we use SQL, we use database. What's it called? We use MySQL. Then you use Window Defender, something like that, and all that technology in the system. I don't know, or other things.
Thank you very much. That's exactly you pointed it out right. So in every field, there are the people, there are the tools and the technologies. When you go to the welder guys, there are guys who are specialized in different kind of welding. Then there are kind of tools that they use, and if there are technologies in that area, there are the technologies too that they use. So um, your knowledge on Henry, your knowledge on the MySQL or database, etc., is going to still help you ahead for the practical. So don't worry, when we get there, you will understand. So in SOC, in the Security Operations Center, one of the tools or technologies used is called SIEM, SIEM, which stands for Security Information and Event Management. This is a technology that provides real-time analysis of security alerts generated by network hardware and applications. In simple terms, this particular technology, it takes logs. What do I mean by logs? The laptop, your phone, your system, it keeps logs of what is happening. So if there is an intrusion, if someone is trying to or is hacking or doing something, the logs of the person's activities are being stored in the system. So this same tool, which is security information and event management tool, is configured in such a way that it takes these logs and filters them depending on these configurations and settings to detect abnormalities in a system. So in short, this particular technology, that's what it does. It takes the logs, filters it, gives us out, shows the SOC guy, the person that is working in the SOC, that is sitting in front of the system, looking at and monitoring the system. It shows him that, hey, something is happening here, and he goes to verify it. That is exactly what a SIM tool is. Now, intrusion detection and intrusion prevention systems. Basically, these systems monitor network traffic for malicious activities and take actions to prevent them. For example, antivirus serves as both detection and also prevention. True or false?
True.
Yeah. So some antivirus can detect, while some of them can also detect and prevent whatever it is that it detected from going through the system. Okay. So a little bit on the incident response. Now you're going to have on SOC on its own and this the tools. We're going to have a lab where you will be able to make use of the SOC tools. Sorry, you will be able to make use of the SIM tool. to see events, to see incidents. You will be able to look at it real life and use it. Like I told Rob in the beginning, what we are trying to do in this bootcamp is to help learners to do the big things in a smaller way. So at the end of the bootcamp, you will say, yes, I know how to do this. I've seen it practically. In fact, I've tried using it maybe once or twice. So when you get to the job, you are not practically lost. You have an idea, a base structure where other necessary learnings or job routines will fall upon. So you're going to go through the training judiciously to ensure that every practical, just like what we shared now on the virus total, this is very important. Most exams will ask you, how do you verify that a link or a file is malicious? What do you do practically? But it's just simply saying, if I get a link and I go to virus total and I check it out and get information from it, or you have an IP address, you don't know whether this address is bad or good, you simply go to virus total or any other checkmates out there to check it out. Whatever information you get there becomes an artifact, it becomes an evidence to back up your plan, to back up your actions. So every example or every note we take here is very, very important. They are all structured into giving you a wholesome learning experience. So incident response. Incident response is part of SOC job. Remember what they do: they monitor, they detect, they respond, they alert, they analyze. So incident response is an organized, strategic approach to detecting and managing cyber attacks. In short, in simple terms, incident response is an organized way of making notes or reporting what has happened, not just reporting it and fixing it or taking it to the level where you fix whatever that has happened. And you do that to minimize the damage, recovery time, and also total cost that it would have on the system. So below here, yes, we have some basic stuffs that we say that now detection is part of the incident response job. They detect, meaning they identify the presence of security incidents. The second, they try to contain. Contain means temporarily shorten or curbing the effects. It's going to come out in your exam. Containment is temporary, try to, pedal down the effects of that, whatever it is that is happening. While eradication is totally removing it, okay, removing the cause of that incident. Then we have the recovery, restoring and validating system functionality and the lessons learned. Also, remember that this material that I'm using is available for use. All you have to do is look into your folder. You will be seeing the folder when I post the link of the video. You will have the folder. So the material is there for you to add on your learning process. Okay?
All right.
Yeah. So the last part, which is the GRC, which is the legal part, these guys handle the governance, the risk compliance, the auditing, the policy that concerns both customers' data and also the organization, how the organization runs its operations in relation to international standards or standards that are used to match like terms. So, in simplified concept, rules that govern how data should be protected. This particular section oversees rules that govern how data should be protected. For example, in the Europe, GDPR sets standards for how companies handle personal data. HIPAA, I think in the USA, also looks at the health information data, patients' data. Now, in your country, I don't know which country. Let me assume that you guys are not in Nigeria, but I know the both of you are in Nigeria. So, the assignment is which bodies in Nigeria or the country where you are in sets the standard for how companies handle data. This is your second assignment.
Okay, this is our second assignment. Okay, wait, let me write it down.
Yeah.
Oh, you say we have the material, okay.
Yeah. The
The
material
material
is
is pinned down somewhere.
material is available for you.
Material is available.
So please, when you go to Google to look at the answer,
So please, when you go to Google to look at the
someone's
answer,
someone's phone is echoing. I think it's Henry's own.
someone,
Thank
someone's
you.
phone is.
Thank you, Henry. So when you go to Google to copy the answer, please ensure you read around it. Don't just copy it and send to me. Read around it a while. So which bodies in Nigeria sets the standards for how companies handle data? And with that, we come to the end of week one. Like I was sharing with Bob earlier, you guys are going to be joining the A. This is batch 9B. The batch 9A will be entering week 2 on Saturday. So anyway, you guys can decide to join them so that the batch will be full, so that you can interact with more people, or you can decide to just keep your class to just both of you. But if you think it will be wise to join them on week 2 this coming Saturday, that is why I held the class today. So you have today, Friday. It was supposed, our class was supposed to be on Wednesday, so that you have Thursday and Friday to ruminate on what we shared. But if you want to keep your class separate from the from the A class, it's up to the both of you. Just make your decisions and let me know. But if that's not the case, on Saturday by 1:30 p.m. will be week 2 from batch 9A. Both of you are in batch 9B. If you want to join them in week 2 to fasten up the process, Olokombe, I'm good to go with that. Both of you should just make that decision and let me know. But at the meantime, you said, go ahead.
Better we make it now, or Henry. Better we make it now, or Henry.
Yeah, it's okay. Let's join them now. Let's join the batch, that batch A.
Okay, it's all right.
So it's also okay for me.
Okay, yeah.
So
I understand, Rob.
Let me see what I can do before I resume up by next month.
Okay.
First week of this month.
Okay, it's all right, no problem. So, this coming week, we're going to delve and talk more about SOC. We're going to go into it more, and inside it, we're going to be doing some hands-on. You will check out. You will see. We will use even this virus total more to look at more malicious links and how they come out. We'll also look at some other SIM tools. For example, the ones that I use when I'm working. I'm going to show you guys how it is. And also the platform where you guys can do your lab on SOC environment. Then also we're going to still dig deep down into the beginning of SOC, how SOC came into being. All those, we are going to talk about that next week. And with that, guys, officially welcome to week 2, and we have come to the end of week 1. My name is Mr. Brian, and I'm happy to have you guys. If you have any questions so far, kindly ask so that we could call it a day.
Okay, thank you so much. Coach.
Okay.
My own is not based on what you taught here. I think just want some clarity.
Okay. Speak out loud, please.
But I heard you talk about that when you were explaining.
Okay.
So that was when you mentioned about data science and cybersecurity. So that recall. So I had a conversation with one of the educator consultant in one school. It's not within Nigeria anyway. So try to understand more. So based on the right IT course to venture into. So after interaction, so now asked me that if better I venture into data science than any other course because he was talking about cloud computing, data science based on what the school offer, data science, even this cybersecurity and data analysis. So many other courses like that. So based on his explanation and try to convince me based on the reason why I should venture into data science. You understand? But inside me, I wasn't convinced. I wasn't convinced in the sense that yes, I know a little bit about the data analysis. So, but it's quite different from data science. But this cybersecurity is what I wanted, to do. What I wanted to do, because I told him that yes, as a person that doesn't have any, knowledge about IT at all, so I want something that yes, I'll start from the scratch and learn from there because I want to change my career entirely. So I studied mechanical before, so but I just want to do something different because I seen that mechanical doesn't work in Nigeria. I used that to work. Yes, so I used that to work like years, but it seems as if I just stagnant. I did in one place.
Yeah, I
So
understand.
it doesn't work in Nigeria. It's not for me. So I want something international. You understand? But
Yeah.
eventually, maybe if I decide to move out of the country, it's something that yes can give me job instantly.
Yeah.
So a well-paid job instantly.
Yeah.
So I want you, based on your knowledge in IT, how do you see it? So between data science and this cyber security, how do you see it?
Okay.
As
Okay.
somebody that
Okay. So Harry's hand is up. Harry, let's hear you first before I round up.
Let's hear you first before. Yeah, I just wanted to just chip in to just a bit answer some of the questions you asked before I say my own shot. Anyway, the only thing I need to tell you is that I noticed that a lot of people are venturing into data science and all that. So for me, can you guys hear me?
yes, we can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you. So for me, I'm feeling that is already overclouded or something like that. So that was my intention was to do that data science and analysis, but I saw that there are a lot of persons that are venturing into it, and thereby it may make, for me, I'm just seeing that it may make the demand for it so like not lucrative again. That's just how I felt. That was why I didn't venture into it. But anyone you want to touch, most of my friends they say I want to do data science. I want to do data analysis. So all of them are just venturing into it. So I just want to choose to do something that is unique and something that a lot of people may not love or may not have ventured into. So that's just it. So for this your this thing, the one you picked for me, I think is okay. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Henry. Okay. So, just like Henry said, apart from the the market being saturated by data science and data analysts, see what they don't know is that there's a longer route in data analysis and closing a job as a data analyst. Data analyst and data, what's it called? Science is not just what they see on Excel. Do Excel and do this. No, it goes way above that. Okay, and it is not just for the weak. It's not just for the weak. These two fields has always been there, but the one that poses more interest, both even in the international community, is cybersecurity.
Yes, and not just posing interest in cybersecurity. We have more and more industries opening up to cybersecurity job roles currently. Data science and data analytics, they've always been there. Yeah, and the push only came in when what's it called? The developers and software developers started going down. And you see, that same thing happened to the developments, website development, this, that development. And the people rushed and rushed and saturated the market. And before you know it, it started going down. Now AI is, of course, AI does more than 60-70% of what a data analyst should do. You should be able to do it. So when you come to cybersecurity, you need four eyes. Yes, the AI does the automation, which we have the same tool. We need AI to do that, but your eyes as a human being, there are some judgments you as a human being should make, which AI does not take off. And with that leverage, also, most people who are up there sees it as a more job of the future, the more technical, because now the threat guys will also be using AI. You see, they will use AI to optimize their job. Now, the guys also that are defending will also use AI, but yet there's a part where the human being's eyes and the human being's judgment will always supersede what the AI is seeing. Meanwhile, to round up, I'm going to tell you guys this thing, but you might not believe, but it's true. In the chain of security, human beings are the weakest link in the chain of security.
How?
He said how. We'll find out how from next week. Thank you very much, guys. Have a very good night's rest.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good night. Bye bye. Yeah.
For evening session.
Thank you, man.
Next week you're talking about is already here. I think did not discuss today.
You guys should discuss and show and give me the result on WhatsApp.
We have concluded.
Okay, you guys
You are joining
concluded.
this Saturday.
Yes, you are joining.
For
No
second.
problem. No problem. It's all
Yeah,
right.
for second week.
Yes, on Saturday then. Yes.
Yeah. So we'll be joining them. Open speak.